Hi everybody, Arthur Arkush here for ChicagoFootball.com along with Kevin Fishbain and Arthur Arkush. We're just 48 hours away from the Bears kicking off with the Green Bay Packers. And guys, we know about the rivalry, know how important this game is to both teams. Something special Thursday night though, Thanksgiving night, primetime. Brett Favre's retirement jersey. You wonder if that won't have at least the Packer crowd fired up a bit more, Kevin.
Oh yeah, it's going to be quite the home field advantage for Green Bay. We're all hoping the Bart Starrs, of course, able to make it as well for the halftime ceremonies. So, and this is a Packers team that has got a little momentum. And if you're one of those people who believe momentum plays a factor in things, they got a big win in Minnesota, so everything's kind of looking their way heading into a big game.
You know, Arthur, the biggest problem for the Bears Thursday night is not what you might expect. The Broncos 29th in the league rushing, 170 yards on the ground. Suddenly, Eddie Lacy showed up last Sunday. If he shows up against the Bears Thursday, it could be a problem.
And they like to do things similarly to the Broncos. They'll use a lot of that stretch scheme that gave the Bears fits last week, and Eddie Lacy unquestionably had his best game, 22 carries, 100 yards. He looked a lot more motivated. I don't think he appreciated very much being on the bench behind James Starks the week earlier.
Aaron Rodgers still not himself even Sunday in the big win in Minnesota, but you would think if Lacy continues to give him a ground game, he's just going to continue to get better. Offensive line has struggled a bit to protect Rodgers the last few weeks.
And that's where the Bears have to try to take advantage, because they had a season-high 5 sacks against Brock Osweiler, and you know that's the way to get to Rodgers. You have to put pressure on him. His completion percentage is way down, even though they won. He threw a couple touchdown passes, but he's still Aaron Rodgers. The receivers might not be getting open at a rate that he's used to, but the Bears have to use pressure. It's going to start with Pernell McPhee.
On the other side of the ball, Arthur, the Packers cranked up the blitz last week, got to Teddy Bridgewater at least 5-6 times, put him on the ground a bit more than that. That's something the Bears handled well. The Broncos, the number 1 pass rushing team in the league, it wasn't really a factor last Sunday. Can they do it again 4 days later?
Yeah, that's the question. I thought Dom Capers always going to throw all kinds of unique blitzes. If it's given Jay Cutler problems in the past, but I have to say, B.J. Raji and Mike Daniels were an absolute load up front. I just thought that the Green Bay front really dominated that game. So Cutler has evaded a lot of sacks this year with his legs. The offensive line is still kind of getting a feel for each other, and Cutler will have to continue doing that against a defense that's really ascending right now.
Packer receivers coming out a little bit as well. Finally, Devontae Adams giving Randall Cobb a second option, holding on to the football. Tracy Porter has emerged as something we didn't know the Bears had, a lockdown cover corner, but that just takes away one of the 4 or 5 Packer receiving threats.
Yeah, he's had a great season, and if you take away Demaryius Thomas's touchdown, when Porter was on him, he only had 2 catches for 11 yards on Sunday. Now, are they going to use Porter on a James Jones or Randall Cobb? We don't know what Vic Fangio's plan is going to be, but we know that Aaron Rodgers probably has seen how good Tracy Porter's going to be, and is not going to throw at him. He's going to go after Kyle Fuller, he's going to go after Bryce Callahan, he'll go after the safeties. They're not expecting Antrell Roll to be able to return, so that's something to keep an eye on. Also, the Bears linebackers need to do a much better job in coverage than they did against the Broncos tight ends.
Special teams better against the Broncos last Sunday, coming on a little bit. Doubt that'll be the difference in this football game. That Bear defense has got to keep the Packer offense in check. For the best information on whether they can get it done or not leading up to the game and best coverage after, stay right where you're at 24/7 at ChicagoFootball.com.